Hello, today I'm going to show you how to can collard greens, and if you're interested, stay with me because we'll be learning something about this. People didn't think you can collard green, and I'm here to tell you, yes you can. So I'm Mama T, and welcome to my channel. Now, today, if you can see this huge box that I have, it's full of collard greens. And I remember I told you I buy everything, a lot of things in bulk, and this is one of them. Instead of paying $3 or whatever it is a bunch, or close to it, I get it by the box, and I only paid $18 for the big box. So it's very much, if I can get it open, but it's well worth the money. Because as you can see, I have quite a bit of bunches in here that, now keep in mind they're going to be dirty. They need to be picked, washed, cleaned, everything. So I'm going to show you how we prepare this and get it ready for canning. So I'll be back. So on this part, you take the little twist tie, you take that off, you take your greens, and you just kind of pull it from the stem. I don't like a bunch of greens that has a whole lot of stems, or the stems are humongous. I hate that. So I just kind of, see the stem? You take that off, and then you have this. Well, you just tear it in pieces, however way you want to eat. And then, I think that's fine. And then I'll just dump it in there, and I'm going to continue to do this. And I got quite a bit of ways to go, because we want them well picked, well cleaned, and you can, some people clean them or wash them about 6 times. Some people do it less. I try to do it about 8 times because I definitely want it clean. And some people actually take the greens and they roll them up. But I don't roll them up because it takes too long for me. And then if you see a bad spot like this, you take it and pinch it a little bit and pull it right off. And again, you pull away from the stem. You have this. Pull it apart, and you kind of tear them how you would like for them to be. I'm going to do it one more time because I don't like them humongous. And you just keep doing this, or keep repeating over and over and over until you have this whole box filled with, picked, cleaned, and washed. It's a lot of work, sure, but it's worth it at the end because you have plenty. And that's my motto, plenty. And I really appreciate you guys not unsubscribing to me while I've been sick and out of it. I had a bad infection, and now I'm feeling, a lot better. I'm not 100%, but I feel a lot better. So I really appreciate you just sticking in on me. Okay? So I got a long ways to go. I don't want to bore you because this is a long process. So when I get to the point where I'm ready to show you what I do next, I will continue. So I will talk to you in a little bit. Okay guys, now that I have all those peeled, I'm putting on my gloves because I have nail polish on, and I don't want the nail polish to come off and get into my greens. So as you can see, I had to switch those greens out of that roaster oven and put them in this big bag because it was too many. So I'm going to pour them in my sink and get it all washed up because it's a must. They have dirt and grit and grime and all sorts of things on it. And some of you are probably saying, I didn't know you can canned greens, but yes, ma'am. Yes, you can. So, when I get all these washed and cleaned and ready to go, I will be back, because this is a long process also, because like I said before, I'm going to wash them about 10 times. Maybe 8 to 10 times, depending on how dirty this water end up being. And I think it's pretty dirty. So, I'll be back to let you see the finished product on this. Well, not the finish, but the next step, rather. So, I'll be back. This is actually when I drained the water out. You see the dirt that's at the bottom? Which, like I said, you don't want to eat that by any means. So please, I can't stress it enough, wash your collard greens, because it's pretty disgusting. Okay. Okay guys, now while my greens are soaking a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add my bacon. At least at the bottom of the pot, and then I'll put some on top. But this is all together. This is 15 strips of bacon, which is about thick cup. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss this in the water here while my greens are over there soaking. At least put that in. Then I'm going to add a half of this bowl here in, which this is a cup and a half of large onion. Go ahead and put that in. And then I'm going to, this is a 1/4 cup of sugar. So I'm going to add half of that because, like I said, I want all the flavors to get in all the way through. And I guess I'll be back when I'm ready to put the greens in and show you what I'm about to do. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vinegar in each pot. As you can see, I just end up splitting it up because it was way too much in one pot. So that's why I put, too much water in this. I was actually able to get some out and put it in this. So I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of vinegar. In each pot. Because you don't want it to taste real vinegary, But there you have it. And as you can see, it's beautiful. And I'm going to kind of stir it up so that you can see the liquid down in there. So I'm going to actually cook this for about maybe 40 minutes or so, just to kind of get it wilted and get it to the point where I can start jarring it up, because I don't want it extreme all the way done, because if I decide I want to add more just my seasonings and stuff to it, I can do that when I'm ready to open the jar up. But right now I'm just going to stir it up and make sure I get all this ingredients, together, so I could just start canning it. Now, it doesn't look like much right now, but when it's done, you will see that it'll look delicious. And it will be delicious. It's not delicious. So I will be back when I'm done cooking this for about 40 minutes or so. And then after that point, I'm going to start jarring it up in my jars. So I'll be back when I'm ready. Okay guys, now I'm ready to show you what happens. And actually I cooked it a little bit longer. I said 40 minutes, but I actually did 50 minutes. So this is what you want. You see, it's not all the way cooked, and you can tell the onions and everything is still crunchy, and that's about what you want, just so you can get it all jarred up and ready to go. Now I'm going to take a scoop of this green and put it in my jar, and make a mess with it while doing it, because that's just reaching a long way. Okay, I'm going to use my debubbler to push that down in there. But you want to pack it as much as you possibly can. And I tell you what, these are definitely delicious. I'm trying to get some more meat in there too. But see, it doesn't matter, because if I want to later, I can go in and add more seasoning and meat and everything else that I want to add. It's just very convenient, because I can pull it out, let's say, well, for Christmas. I can pull it out, warm it up, add to it if I need to add to it. If I don't, that's fine too. But I tell you what, it's way better than buying in the can from the grocery store. Because, well, then again, you know what you put in it. And mind you, I didn't put salt in it because, well, I don't know if you saw the bacon. I put quite a bit of bacon in here. And if it was just me cooking for myself, I actually wouldn't have put any bacon, because I really can care less about adding that. So as I get this packed, wipe down the jar. I gotta wipe the rim, debubble this, which I'm actually doing now. That's why I'm sticking this in. You just debubble like that. And you might find that you might need a little more in here. See there? And I think I will put a little bit more in here. A little bit more green. And then once you get all this done, it's wonderful, because you'll have so much on your shelf. As you can see, I'm working with 2 pots. And hopefully I pulled out enough jars and washed them and everything else. I'll be back in a minute. So for you newbies, I cannot stress it enough. After you debubble, make sure you take some vinegar, white vinegar, and wipe the rim of the jar very well, because you don't want any particles or nothing on the rim. And then you take your magnetizer and you get your ring in your, well, if I could pick up both at the same time, that would be sweet. In your, oh, help, not going so great, because I'm picking up all the rings first. Okay, I grabbed one lid out of there, and then I'm going to just cover like that, and then I'm going to grab a ring, and I'm going to put it on. Make sure everything is washed thoroughly. I cannot stress that enough. And that is hot. And there you have it. See that? Doesn't that look nice? So that's one down and many to go. And when I get done with that, I'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay. Alright guys, so basically I got 1 pot empty and 1 more to go. But as you can see, that with just that 1 pot empty, look at the jars. You see, this is like 9 jars, 9 pint-sized jars of green. And I tell you, if you can smell this, it smells delicious. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Save you tons of money. I think that, I don't know, I'm not sure what the name of it, something Glory or something rather. You know, I bought a can of that. It's kind of expensive. And at the same time, it had like some kind of gritty taste in it, and I didn't like that. So with this, I can make it how I want to, and then I can add to it later. Like when I get ready to cook it or make it up, I can add whatever seasoning and stuff I want to in it later. I don't like to add too much seasoning when I'm canning things, because sometimes seasoning kind of goes a little rancid or tastes funny, and I want it to be fresh. So I just wanted to bring you back and let you see that I have 9 pint-sized jars so far off of just that one. And remember, that was a big, huge box that I had that I purchased for $18. And it gave me all of this, and then I still have more to go with this pot. And I will be back in a second to show you what I do after this. I'm still loading up my jars. Now remember, don't forget to make sure you wash your jars. Even after you, even if you've already washed your jars, you know, after you've used them every time, when you pull them down, you still want to wash them when you get them off the shelf. Excuse me. So, with that being said, that's it. I'll get back. Okay guys, now I'm all done with loading the jars. I actually end up getting 19 pint-sized jars of collard greens. Wonderful, right? So I'm going to start off with these jars, the 7 here, and then I'll do the next batch. I'll put 6 in and then 6 or something of that matter. But I could put this disc in and do it this way, but I just choose to do it a little at a time. So I'm going to run this for about 90 minutes. I'm going to put this on. Actually, do not forget to add your vinegar in the water if you have hard water. That's a must. Or your jars and things to be all cloudy and white and stuff like that, and you don't want to have to spend time scrubbing that off. So, at any note, I'm going to load this up, line it up, close it, and start tightening it down. And remember now, I'm going to run this canner for about 90 minutes on 15 gauge, or 15 pounds of pressure, or whatever you want to call it. And, boy, so after the 90 minutes, we should have a beautiful batch of collard greens. I'm going to make sure I got these very tight. Okay. I want to tighten it so bad that I can't get it off. So, you don't put this on yet. You let it vent for about half an hour or so. Now, I got my burner on. And basically, it's kind of smooth sailing from here. The hard work is pretty much over. This is the easy part for me. So, like I said, I cannot stress enough, this is a wonderful thing. Just beautiful. Being able to can your own veggies and fruits and, oh, you name it. You can do it all. Canned, like I said, beans and, you know, pinto beans and white beans and all kinds of beans. And it just makes for a good and quick meal when you have to go to work, come home, and cook dinner for those of you who have children. And you got to prepare a good healthy meal. Well, this is the way you do it. You just pull it up, pop this can open, heat and serve if you want, and there you have it. A delicious, healthy, well, I wouldn't call this too healthy because I put the bacon in it, but like for me, I would leave the bacon out and add everything else in, but leave the bacon out because I don't care about all that extra meat stuff, but my family does. So that's what's in there. But when this gets venting, I'll be back to you. Okay, guys. Now that we have it's steaming up out of the little spout here. So now you may put on your weight, and I'm putting on 15. And when this on this gauge move up, 215 on here, or if you want to say 250 pounds, I'm gonna start my timer, and that's when it becomes 90 minutes. I'm gonna start my timer for, and then after the 90 minutes, you let it cool down. Once it cools down, then you may open it, but not until then. Do not open this until you let this come all the way down to 0 like it is now. Then you may open it, because you don't want to get burnt or cause anybody else to get injured trying to open it beforehand, or crack all your jars, and then you'll be upset because you're going to waste all that time and energy in making your collard greens. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now this is what you want to listen. You see this? This is what you want to listen for, and you know it's round about where it needs to be. You can start the timer. So I'm starting my timer for 90 minutes, and when this batch is done, I'll be back to show you. Okay guys, so now actually I changed my mind. I'm going to turn this off now. As you can see the gauge, it's up 250, it's going at the speed it should be, and I actually processed it for an hour and 10 minutes instead of so 70 minutes instead of 90, because I don't want soft greens. So I'm turning it off, and when this is done, I'll show you what it looks like when it come out. Do not remove the gauge. Don't remove anything. Don't do anything. Just let it cool down, go to 0 all by itself, because you do not want to get burnt or burn somebody. Okay? All right. Okay, so now guys, I'm at the point where I can remove this dowel. As you can see, there's no noise coming out of there. And sometimes this handle get a little stuck. Ooh. Well, these handles kind of hot. Anyway, let's see. It's stuck. Just 1 minute. I got my trusty, dusty screwdriver here that you just pry it open just a little bit. Just like that. Just a little bit, see? And see, there you have it. Nice. So, look it. You see that? Look how that's bubbling. You see? Don't that look delicious? So I'm going to sit it down here. Look it. See the bubbles? Beautiful. Beautiful. So, now you probably can hear my kids in the background making all that racket. Sorry about that, but look at this. Doesn't that look nice? Make you want to eat some cornbread and whatever else with it, because it sure is smelling yummy up in here. So remember, do not move that down until it's cooled down. Because otherwise you'll break your jars. Nice. Now I'm going to add these jars which is the newer one, in there. Because I still have quite a bit to do. Because I'm only doing a few at a time versus just stacking it so high. I have to put more water in there also. But when I get all finished, I will show you the finished product. Because this, I'll tell you, is just money saver. Definitely a money saver. Because if you add up buying the cans that's already at the store, you would definitely realize you're saving a lot of money when you just go ahead and buy the big box like I purchased, which, like I said, was $18. And you can't get this, just the first batch right here. This is like seven jars right here, just this first batch. Now you can't even purchase that for $18. Just the little 7 jars right here. So I'll be back and let you see the finished product. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to take these level, unscrew them, and take them off. Remember, it's kitty corner to kitty corner. But this is all done, and I actually went ahead and, remember I said I was only going to do 1 stack. Well, I ended up doing 2. So, now you see this is stuck again. And I just take this and kind of move it around, and that should do it. Yep, that should do it. And then this, you lift up. Now remember, when you lift up, you move this, you tilt it away from you, not at you. That way it'll burn your face. You don't want that. So you tilt it away from you. See how all that steam went up? But I went ahead and double stacked them because I didn't want to wait for another load. So I went ahead and did double stack. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Man, that looks yummy. So basically, I'm all done now. Look at that. You see the bubbles? Nice. You guys, it smells so good in here right now. Actually makes me want some cornbread. I can eat this by itself at all times. Just cornbread and some greens. But I don't. Then my husband would tell me that I would need to actually eat more meat. But you hear the ping? That's what you want to hear. That means you got a good seal. Yay! Look at that. Yeah. So, you guys certainly give this a try. I didn't pack that full of now. Give it a try because it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have such a plenty of food on hand like this. That you didn't have to go and purchase. Look at the bubbles. Look at that. A whole lot, you know, of jars or cans of this. You just went to the store, bought your box of your bulk and your greens in bulk, and then you know, have plenty. You hear that? That's good sounding. Very good sounding. I kind of like to get that water off. I don't know why I'm not supposed to mess with this. But don't do this. Don't do this at home. This is me. So, there you have it, guys. Now you know how to can collard greens. Wonderful thing. Because you know what? Now, I don't have to cook them that much for Christmas. It's actually already done. So there you have it. I have 19 jars, pint-sized jars of greens, collard greens. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you see how flush this is? When you see it contained in like this, that means it's all sealed. But these ones won't seal just yet. But some of them, you heard a couple of tunes. But when they look like this, that means they sing. You can see my finger under here. You see the gap there? That means that they have sealed just fine. Versus one of the other ones, which I can't put my finger on. It's too hot. They're not sealed yet. But it's okay. I appreciate you for sticking around, watching me do this. It's been a long process, but I thank you for just viewing. Appreciate you a lot. And have a great, great, great day, guys. Alright? Alright, take care. Bye-bye.